Checks are complete. You're ready to depart. Due to the sensitive cargo, ensure you don't stop anywhere along the route. Have you got to do something to make this one go? Ah, dynamics are still on. Oh, the sounds on this, they're incredible. Nah, it needs a big American horn. Hey, Ribbon Train Peak. So we have a ZS3 giving us a 40 km/h restriction after this signal. We were told not to stop anywhere, so we're going to slow down because we were told we had a red signal next. That's cool. You can see the engine in there. Now, the steering wheel type arrangement for operating the throttle is actually quite common, I've found. Alright, we've got a green light, so we're going to carry on. Hey Pandoto, and welcome back, Dictator Designer. You notice the BR232 was that I drove on the festival scenario. That one has a steering wheel assembly as well. Ed, so in the briefing it said it was a consignment of military goods that needs transporting. Are you complaining, Dave? I thought everyone wanted it to be added in. JM, it was developed by Virtual Railroads for us, so we first party published it, but Virtual Railroads did the majority of the development on it, which is so yeah, it is it's an excellent loco. I like it, Dave. What it means is that even though you're not necessarily getting the benefit in terms of, well, you know, you don't need to look around to see if traffic's coming. Hey, see who you got, boss. Thanks for joining this evening. What it does do is it keeps the screen live a bit. It moves it around a bit. You can look at different things. Going to be cleared up to 160 kilometers an hour in a moment. It can be good with shunting because you can very easily look around behind you. Once the patch is released, Ed, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. Everything will be streamed with the Track IR on it. Alright, we've got the 160, so it's time to speed up. Hey, Boskus RB, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. So what is Track IR? Track IR is like a... So Track IR is a camera, a special kind of camera that sits on top of your computer, and it watches something that you're wearing. So if you've got the older Track IR 4 like I do, then you've got a little metal thing which reflects back, and it uses the reflections to work out what your head is doing. The knock-on effect is if I jump in the cab now and I'll use my mouse to pretend it, if you watch on the stream on the camera view, you'll see what my head is doing, and just pretend that the camera is following it using Track IR. Then effectively you get this sort of as I look over. Yeah, so you get sort of a free look around the cab by moving your head. Welcome back, Dark. True, but Track IR costs about 60 quid. 3 or 5 large screens cost rather more. It's a bit loud in here. Let's have a look around. Actually, we haven't been in this loco before. Lagging on your PC, JFin, is going to probably be caused by loading data off the disk. So, I mean, I'm running an SSD, which has reduced the lag quite considerably. And as Dark says, they're lowering settings a bit. The easiest thing to do to prove what your machine can do at its absolute best is to turn all the settings right down to the absolute minimum. And once you're down to the absolute minimum, you should then see what sort of frame rate is actually possible, and then if you're happy with that, then just start turning things on slowly, until you figured out the limit that your machine is capable of doing. Just going past Alting, and we're switching off onto the S-Bahn lines by the looks of it. Hey JJ, oh, well, on my machine at work, I run it at 1920 1080 SSA 3x3, and I get about 50 frames a second, generally, and that's with SSA 3x3. So the picture looks out of this world. Hey Sammy and Daniels, Pandoto and Hair Brownie. Welcome to the channel this evening. It's very loud. We're driving a BR232 Ludmilla. The German signals aren't too bad, but what they do require is that you pay complete attention to what's going on. If you pay full attention to it, then you're generally okay, but if you're just casually gazing at the screen every now and again, then you'll miss key information and make a mess of it. I should have thought so, J-Fin. Turning the volume down on the game there. It's doing my head in, that noise. It's very cool, but not in my headphones. The other thing you should remember if you're building the PCs yourself is that you'll have to support them afterwards, and if bits go wrong, then it's up to you to figure out what actual bit's gone wrong. It's one of the reasons I stopped making PCs for myself. I went through a period where I was getting faulty bits sent to me, and it was actually costing me so much time trying to work out what was faulty and what was working, getting spares so that I could prove which one was faulty. It was ridiculous, so I ended up just in fact I switched it. I got an Alienware PC desktop, and then I got this laptop, and I haven't looked back, to be honest. Um, it's a long time ago now. I must admit, I can't remember. I mean, I've had this laptop 4 years, and I had the hot. Well, at the time. Oh, thanks for the follow, Forsyther. Much appreciated. So I had the Alienware for 5 years before I changed it, so it's 10 years old now. So it had dual 89. Was it dual 8800 GTX Pros or something in it? I mean, it was an absolute monster of a machine when I bought it. Just sticking with one mod for the time now, Hot Dog. You exist again, Bandera. We can see you. So where are we now? 27 kilometers from Augsburg. So we're just coming up to Haspelmoor. Yes, back to trains. Well spent. Well said indeed, Ed. Well said indeed. No, I didn't turn on the SEPA. I can't remember the key. It's that simple. Maybe someone can tell me what the key is to turn SEPA on. Hey Andrew Ward and Stephen Chan, welcome back. That's kind of the idea, Aj, really, because isn't it that switch next to the word SEPA? I don't know. Let's have a look. Yep, SEPA on off. Now how do I reset it? Hopefully it's a queue. One of these, maybe. horn. Force brake release. C for reset. Which is Q. Alright, we're all sorted now. Oh, you have to be stopped. Oh, alright. Maybe we'll try it with CP next time then. Coming down to a 120 speed limit, let's drop the throttle. Yeah, let's take a look at the loco. We haven't been outside for a little while. This is the BR232, otherwise known as the Ludmilla. You get two liveries, as you can see. You get the cherry red one and the standard DB red. God, look at the clang coming out of that. Oh, is the radium one as well, is the dark? I must admit I'd forgotten about that one. Thank you. No, there shouldn't be any problem using AMD hardware. Hey, welcome Mark to the channel. And Jay Finn, welcome back. Okay, so we're almost on the last leg now. So does anyone here use IRC to talk on the Twitch chat, or do you all just use the embedded Twitch chat? It is very good, Van Leroy. There's I think 3 or 4 scenarios it comes with. Hey Marino, well, we're not far from Augsburg now, 12 kilometres, so yes, probably not too much longer now. Yes, you can use IRC to talk on Twitch. Google it. I'm using Hex Chat at the moment. Poll is open. How do you chat with Twitch? Do you use IRC or do you use the Twitch website? So IRC stands for Internet Relay Chat, and it's a different kind of. It's been around for longer than even the web, I think. It's one of those legacy protocols, and it's not used anywhere near as much these days, but it's still there. And lots of people and sort of some of the hardcore gamers tend to use it. And what seems to have happened is that Twitch has actually built their whole chat infrastructure on IRC, which makes a huge amount of sense, really. It's all there and it all works as a technology. So it's quite nice. One of the things I'm using it. I'm using a product called Hex Chat, which is free. There's instructions on the Twitch website, I think, or on Google at least, somewhere you'll find it, to actually connect something like HexChat or Chatty up to Twitch's servers. It's just irc.twitch.tv is the URL, is the address that you put into your IRC service. I just find it quite nice as compared to the web-based one. In particular, my favourite feature is that I can see whenever there's a login or a logout on the channel, or at least in the chat session. So that's how I can announce when people arrive or don't, or when they leave, rather. It's probably 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, to be honest, but I like it. You can, I think you can stream technically anything. I don't know whether there are guidelines about what you can stream. But you can also use OBS to stream to YouTube live streaming as well. There are no limitations on that one, other than the usual common decency, of course. Basically, I think if it's gaming related, then it doesn't really matter how you do it. OBS has things for streaming Windows videos. So the vote tonight, Dave, is how do you use the Twitch, the chat on Twitch? Do you use IRC or do you use the built-in chat on the web? Yes, if you just go to the www, go to twitch.tv, the other website. That should be fine, Ed. That should be absolutely fine. Didn't see that speed limit restriction coming up, and I've lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? Oh, I don't need emergency brake. Going around the sharp left corner now, turning towards Augsburg. I really like Moobot, actually. It's got some really neat features. It keeps everyone on the channel informed about what's going on. We've got the polls that we can play with. Yes, it was dark. Welcome back, Jake. I like all the shaking and so forth as you go over junctions. That's very cool. Augsburg in 2 kilometers, 2.5 kilometers. So I'm just going to let the train slow down on its own now. Yes, I am playing the game in windowed mode dark. Hey JG, that wasn't DTG that did that. That was Mesh Tools that did that. And yes, they did it in the past with the J50. And I gather they are planning to do it again. We're fast approaching Augsburg. Slow the train to 40 kph for pulling into the siding. We will be met in the yard by security and track staff. Be sure to stop the train next to them at the end of track 17. Yeah, Moobot seems to be generally quite reliable. So it's I've certainly got no complaints so far. I slung some money in their direction. Hey Funsworth, thanks for joining the channel. So the poll result seems to be quite unanimous. 10 votes, 100% saying Twitch Web. Fair enough. Hey Frank. Yeah, still live. We've got one more scenario to play this evening. That's excellent, Frank. I know he plays it sometimes. In fact, he plays it every Friday. I logged in the other day, last week actually, and sat and watched him for half an hour. Very good. Frank, I don't really play anything but train sim at the moment on the channel because one of my goals on the streaming is to spend more time playing train sim. It used to be something I used to do quite a lot, but since I started working at Dovetail, I've actually played the game less, believe it or not, as strange as that sounds. So my goal is to play the game more, get back into it, relearn old skills that have been forgotten, and have some fun, meet people, talk trains. Um, so I think it keeps everything simple. There's other streamers like Squirrel, for example, that do a very good job streaming ETS. I don't even have the hardware for it, to be honest. I don't like playing it without a steering wheel, and I don't own a steering wheel, so. And indeed, the name is Train Sim Live, so. But never mind. Thank you for asking. Where did I work before? I used to make a. Oh, you've arrived at your destination. That was a successful run. Excellent. I used to make call center systems. You know, when you ring up somewhere and it says, "Thank you for your call. It means a lot to us. Please hold," and then they play music to you for hours. So I made systems that did that for a lot of the UK local governments, local councils. It's great. It's good fun. That was back when I was a software engineer. Right, what are we doing now? Oh, we're doing JJ's Smoothie Holes scenario, if I recall correctly.